So, over the past couple of weeks, we've explored the illusion of belonging and uncovered the stories that keep us separate from ourselves. This week, we take a gentle but powerful step inward towards your true home, your authentic self. Returning home to yourself means learning to feel at ease in your own body. That means honoring your own inner voice and trusting that you are enough exactly as you are. Say to yourself, I belong to this moment, to this space, and to myself. I'm safe to be seen, heard, and fully expressed. Self-belonging is the practice of allowing yourself to exist fully without needing any approval or without performing for anybody. When we belong to ourselves first, everything else in life begins to shift. Decisions become more clear, boundaries are stronger, and relationships are more aligned. Signs that you might be out of alignment within your inner home might include constantly seeking external validation, feeling drained around certain people or environments, fear of expressing your own truth, and also a sense of restlessness or not knowing where you belong. By reconnecting to your intuition and your inner self, you can begin to recognize where your energy feels at home and where it doesn't. Today, we'll explore some practices to return to your inner home and strengthen your connection to self-belonging. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in and exhale completely. Visualize yourself walking along a path that leads to a place of deep safety and peace. This is your inner home. Notice the colors, the sounds, and the textures all around you. As you arrive, see a version of yourself waiting to greet you. Your truest, most authentic self. Step forward and feel the warmth of self-acceptance radiating between you. Ask your inner self, what do you need from me today? And what parts of me have I forgotten that belong here? Listen, feel, receive any messages, words, or emotions that come up. Place a hand on your heart and say softly, I am home here. I belong to myself. Give yourself a few moments to breathe into this feeling, letting it expand through your body, through your chest, your spine, your arms, your legs. And when you're ready, take another big deep breath in. All the way out, wiggle your fingers and toes and slowly open your eyes. Bring your awareness back into the room. Let's journal a little bit just to anchor this sense of returning home to yourself. Allow your words to flow freely. You can write sentences or paragraphs or even a letter to yourself. You can pause this recording if you need to. What does home feel like inside your body? Where in your life do you already feel a sense of belonging? What activities, places, or people help you feel most like yourself? And what would it mean to fully belong to yourself? If your intuition could speak, what would it say about where you're meant to be? Now, after you've journaled about these prompts, do you notice any patterns or insights or emotions that rise up? Maybe you've realized that the home is inside of me and not in a place or a person. Or maybe you've noticed that I belong when I honor my own needs first. Where do you feel at home in your body? And where in your environment, your relationships, or your mind do you feel aligned? Some more journaling prompts that you may be interested in writing about to really tune in on your inner identity, your inner belonging. Are who am I when no one needs anything from me? And that's a really interesting one because a lot of us have roles like parents, whether it's child parents or dog parents, or you're a boss, you're an employer. Which parts of you feel most authentic? And which parts of you feel like it was learned or inherited? This question helps you to separate your true self from the versions of you that became to survive, to fit in, or to stay safe. Your authentic self feels like this is who I am when no one's watching. I don't have to explain or defend this part of me. And this gives me energy instead of draining. So, for examples, that would be being intuitive or deeply sensitive, or loving, being able to speak openly, being bold, or being soft hearted, or simply wanting peace, freedom, or a meaningful connection. The learned parts of you are the parts of you that develop because you had to adapt. They're not fake, but they are shaped by things like childhood expectations or the family rules or cultural conditioning, religious beliefs, maybe even as a survival mechanism, or it could be due to trauma or emotional neglect. Well, some questions that I'd like to ask you. Some identity ones beyond the roles of what you have, what you think you have. What roles do I cling to that make me feel useful but not necessarily seen? When in my life have I felt emotionally safe? And what created that safety? What situations make me shrink, silence myself, or dim my energy? And what does my body do when I feel like I don't belong? Do you tighten, freeze, speed up, get hyper aware? And what spaces make my energy expand or feel lighter or brighter? When has my intuition told me that this is not your space? And what happened when you ignored it? And what does belonging feel like in my body? Is it warm, calm, openness, groundedness? And what boundaries help me stay connected to myself? Do you have any boundaries? Where do you abandon yourself to keep the peace? And what would belonging like look if it didn't cost me my self-respect?